Check out the fashion style of the Bucks as they enter the building. Bring out the red carpet. And the game arrival sponsored by Express. Dress like a pro. What a fantastic look at the skyscrapers that make up the skyline here in the Cradle of Liberty. We're coming to you from Philadelphia. It's the NBA. Welcome to our Sunday night broadcast here on 2K Sports. I'm Kevin Harlan alongside Greg Anthony. Chris Webber is here, our sideline reporter, the Hall of Famer David Aldridge. And with us tonight, basketball expert Bill Simmons. Bill, you look great. Thank you for being here.
I'd like to say hi to all the people who traded for Anthony Davis in the GM mode of this game to get him on their team.
Right.
When their real team couldn't pull it off. Congratulations. I can't believe you pulled the trade off.
Here we are in November, and let's see how things are going out east in the early season. Look at Milwaukee. They're in second, looking to take over the first spot. And, of course, the 76ers sitting in second place.
And I think for the Bucks, they have caught the entire league off guard. This was not a position anyone thought they'd be in at this stage of the season.
Well, yeah, Greg, I mean, they had a plan coming into the year. I mean, they stuck to it, and it's worked to perfection.
Now, the starting group for the Milwaukee Bucks. They've got Martin, and it's Rodriguez in at the small forward. And for Philadelphia, they've got Powell. Flash out there with the Wizard, and it's Dudley in at the point guard. What a surge it's been for the Bucks at the top of the Eastern Conference last year. 60 wins, the most since 1981.
Right, and much like those teams from the 80s, they fell short in the end.
Again.
And that's been the rub with the Bucks is, you know, as you look back at so many years in a row, so close, couldn't do it. And then this last year against Toronto, you know, they win the first two. Game 3's double OT. And then all of a sudden, a week later, their season's over. So they've never quite been able to get over the hump since the days of Lou Alcindor.
The nice thing is, though, this team is making the mandatory steps, it seems, that all these teams eventually have to make to get to where they want to go.
Right. They're trying to keep the team together that they succeeded with last year. Sometimes when you have success, you think that you should keep that success together, and that can be dangerous because really I felt like that team underachieved. They lost to a Toronto team that they had just performed better than during the season. So what's that last piece that you need? And I guess the last piece for Milwaukee now is, can Giannis be the closer? We haven't seen it yet.
The shot by Powell, no good. And it's Milwaukee's ball. Rodriguez outside. Pass to Martin. And he drops it in from the low post.
And once he got to the 10, I think he was surprised to find himself that wide open.
Yeah, very little resistance. I mean, you had to bring much faster help than that.
You've been producing documentaries, going deeper into athlete stories, which I know you love, because I think you're curious more than anything else.
Yeah.
So what drew you to that process?
Initially, it was we dove into these stories with that was the inefficiency of, instead of these big, broad type of documentaries, concentrate on events and players and moments and things like that. And I think as you get into that and you start doing it, it just becomes intoxicating. And the cool thing about it is no story should be told the same way you would tell somebody else's story. You just don't know. You got to figure it out. Like we had Steve Nash his last Lakers season. He wanted to do a documentary about it. And then we spitballed it, and we decided it was actually a better idea to do an in-the-moment digital series about it that you could experience in real time with the thing. It was the right idea, and that was really good. I think trying to figure out what story clicks the best with an athlete, how to tell whatever story they have correctly is the coolest part about that.
It's Powell on the wing. Those three-pointers off the mark.
They're struggling here early. 1 for 5 now. The D has them bottled up so far.
Rodriguez against Dudley. Down to 5 on the shot clock. Here's Sloan. Hits the three-point bomb. Bill, if you were building a franchise from scratch, which one current player would you begin with or build around?
Probably Giannis, because he's
Still
turning
young enough
25
and-
this year. I still feel like the ceiling of what he's going to do is go up as he becomes more of a shot maker. He's really durable, which I think is underrated. Like, he's just built to play basketball. There's certain guys like that. I think Kevin Garnett was like that. Tim Duncan was like that. Just guys who you just know are going to be around for 17, 18 years, the way I like to watch the running styles, and the game just comes so easy to him. He's so athletic and really cares and is really competitive and just wants to do this and win at basketball. That's how I pick.
Here's Sloan. He had 16 points in the win against New York. Here's Flash, covered by Hamilton. There's the pass to the Wizard. Here's Flash. There's the three. Come on. And it's Sloan with the rebound.
And you could tell he thought that triple was going to fall.
Clock at 6. Ural. He's guarded by Dudley, and the shot goes down. Bill, you host your own podcast. I've listened to it. I subscribe to it.
Thank you.
I love it. What do you make of so many NBA players now doing the same thing?
Hey, we have a couple of them. At the Ringer, we have J.J. Redick, we have Vince Carter and Ken Bazemore. The ones that are good at it take it seriously. It can't be one of those things where, a player says, you know what, I want a podcast, and then it just magically happens. And you got to work on it. You have to use your connections and book your guests, and you have to be candid on the podcast. You can't just show up and just babble. And the guys that have been successful at it are people that could probably have a media career for a living. Like JJ is clearly going to go into media after he retires. Richard Jefferson had a great podcast. He's gone into media. He's really good.
Yes.
So I think you need a little more talent at it that people realize. And you need the consistency of it. You can't say, I'm starting a podcast and then not do it for 2 months. Like, you have to really stick to it.
Here's Sloan. Good, and Rodriguez gets the assist. Sloan's got 6.
This is as good as it gets for a first quarter in terms of shooting the basketball.
And the 76ers decide to take their first timeout here.
And they just can't seem to get going offensively.
Yeah, they might be pressing a little. I mean, forcing some things. This is a good opportunity to calm everyone down.
So both teams changing it up here. And now, here's the 2K leaderboard with the teams that last season scored the most second-chance points in the NBA. Fourth, the 76ers.
That's an effort stat for me. I mean, it shows you how hard this team works in the paint. They continue to pound the backboard.
Here's the Wizard. In the game against Detroit, very impressive.
You gotta love his aggressiveness to finish inside.
Well, his leaping ability gives him a great advantage. Tipped away. Here is Cunningham. Robinson pulls it in.
Well, they'll be happy with that look, even though it didn't fall.
No, you're right. He'd take that 10 out of 10 times. He's not going to miss many of those.
Now, here's Burke. 6-point game. Nice ball movement by Milwaukee. It's good. He makes his first shot of the game. We've got 13 seconds left to play in the first. Here's the Wizard. From downtown. That one doesn't go. And so it's the Milwaukee Bucks in the driver's seat, up 8 points at the end of the quarter. And they've done a phenomenal job down low, so many of their points coming right at the rim. And don't go away. We'll be right back. And for those of you just tuning in, the second quarter of action is where we're at right now. When you consider how the Bucks are doing, what do you guys think?
You got to credit their defense, communicating, rotating, making plays on the ball.
No question. It's been stifling thus far, preventing that offense from establishing any kind of rhythm.
Seen a handful of players land the Supermax contract bill. By and large, how do you see those deals working out?
It's tough. Nobody's really been happy with it yet. You know, it's so much money and it's such a big part of somebody's salary cap, and you're just kind of handicapped with it. And we've seen John Wall is the worst case scenario of it, but the situation Charlotte was in with Kemba Walker, where he makes the All-NBA team and now his Supermax is $240 million instead of $180. Like, that's crazy. And in a salary cap league, to pay $50 million a year from somebody is just nuts. It compromises the ceiling of the team. So the Bucks are going to be in this position with Giannis where he's making $55 million a year and the cap's $120. How are you going to put a good team around?
You can't maneuver.
You can't. So I would put a wrinkle in there that I would make the Supermax, whatever, pay the player whatever the number is, but it only counts for like $32 million or something. Make it so that it's not
a percentage of the total cap.
Yeah, make his cap figure is 32, even if you're paying him 55, and then that way people could compete better.
And a moment now to reset the lineups, courtesy of Gatorade, all fueled up for the second quarter of basketball. And Milwaukee, looking at who they've got. They've got Tatum. He's out there with Robinson. Burke is out there with Martin. Bill, you study pop culture. The 2K Esports League is a phenomenon right now, which is sweeping the country. Do you think that's going to alter the perception of gaming in any way?
Yeah, I would say it has one of the best chances of any esports league to succeed because people just love basketball. And you can feel it there in the offseason. The shift in basketball content and the fact that it's now a 12-month-a-year sport for us, and now it goes from the playoffs to the draft to where are people going in free agency, and then that plays out for a month, and then something else will happen. All of a sudden it's August.
Summer leagues are
summer
coming
leagues
up.
happening, and then all of a sudden the season's close, and then you just kind of recycle, and it's a 12-month-a-year sport.
Right. Here's Magician. Just 5 to shoot. Pass to Cunningham. Philadelphia needs to get a shot off. On deep. And that one misses from Endor. Bill, I wanted to go back to what you were talking about with the 2K League, and you mentioned how basketball has grown into essentially a 12-month... Oh, that was a strong dunk!
That's how you go hard. Wow, and that sort of showmanship is just deflating right now to a team trying to get back into a game like this.
Ouch, Greg, that is definitely an emphasis jam. A big apostrophe or exclamation point, maybe even a question mark. Passes to Magician. Unloads from 13. The shot missing.
Oh, defense, they just took that possession off. I mean, they get away with it that time, but they got to show some more aggression. That's a shot they're always happy to get, even when he blows the finish.
Bill, do you ever think we're going to eliminate conferences in the NBA playoff seeding?
I think that they would have done a 16-seed no-conference playoff format years ago. I think they were really worried about the travel, though. And they've looked at it, and they've really studied it, and they've looked at the effects of, let's say Boston plays Portland in round one, and you're flying 3,100 miles or 3,200 miles in 3 time zones and all that stuff, and it's a 2-2-1-1-1 series. What is the effect on the team if it goes 7? I think they're really afraid of it. I wish they did it. I don't like the conferences. I don't really understand them. And over the course of NBA history, they've been really confused by the conferences. I wrote about this in the book of basketball, where we had years where San Antonio was playing in the East for a while, and Baltimore was in the West, which, go look at a map. Baltimore being in the West is ridiculous. Baltimore was in the West and Philly was in the East, and they're like 50 miles away from each other.
Yeah, made no sense.
They've never really 100% figured out the conferences, and I just think the 1 through 16 makes more sense.
It would sure be better basketball.
It would be better.
Robinson against Dudley. He dishes it to Powell. Inside. Some nice ball movement here by the 76ers. Buries it from 3-point range.
Well, that's a look they always want him to take. Because if he's got the space, he's got the green light.
Hamilton outside. Pass to Robinson. Here's Viana. And another three for Milwaukee.
And great job from beyond the arc this quarter. They are now shooting the three at almost 60% for the game.
Well, Bill, yet another engaging conversation. Thanks for stopping by. We always appreciate your time.
Yeah, next time let's talk about the hard salary cap. I think the people really love that one. Yeah, I have some ideas.
You would make it
I
interesting.
have some luxury tax ideas. Yeah, we'll get super technical.
I would be here for that. And GA, what a pleasure to talk with Bill about this game. He brings that super fan perspective.
From a young child watching games at the Garden, and you sense he's never lost that wonder and enthusiasm.
The Milwaukee Bucks, they won their last contest, that game against the Knicks. To the wing right side. Kicks it to Powell. Shoots the three. Does not score again. That's his fourth miss against one make.
The edge on the glass is the difference. It's allowed them to build this lead.
It's 9 seconds separating the shot clock and game clock. The pass to Sloan from past the arc. Good, and the assist goes to Robinson. Robinson's got 3 assists now in this one.
12 straight points off of three-pointers, and the D looks shell-shocked.
Powell, the pass to Big Daddy. Here is Dudley, covered by Hamilton. Shoots it up. That's in, and the Milwaukee lead is cut down now to just 11 on the bucket from Dudley.
Oh, the timing couldn't have been better on that assist.
And so that's the end of the first half. The Bucks on top, up by 11. And don't go away. After the break, we'll see you right back here for the start of the third quarter.
The 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hello again, everyone. That was a combination of everybody and everyone. Everyone. Did you catch that?
I got it.
Yeah, Ernie Johnson, Kenny the Jet Smith, Shaquille O'Neal. How about that first half, fellas? It's Milwaukee with the advantage at the half. They lead by 11. And you, big fella, let's get your thoughts on the Bucks.
You got to like their offense efficiency. They were patient, took good shots. That was reflected in their high field goal percentage. They just need to keep playing smart in the second half and close this thing out. Don't get cute now.
And Kenny, what are your thoughts on Philadelphia?
Well, one problem I see is that they're too timid on the board. When you start to fall behind in the game, you need to become more aggressive on the offensive glass and the defensive glass.
And that's all we have for now. Tell the folks goodbye, Shaq. Tell the folks goodbye,
Goodbye.
Kenny. Goodbye. Go to Kevin Harlan.
And as we dive into the second half, we'll find out if the next 2 quarters are any different from the first 2. So far, it has been a runaway. You think about some of the most powerful dunks, Chris, the tomahawk jam reigning supreme. Do you prefer the one-handed or the two-handed jam?
Oh, man. That's
You
so
did
tough.
both so well.
You know what? I prefer a body-to-body dunk on you. Like, remember what Derrick Rose did over Dragic back in the day? Oh, my goodness, off the 2. Or how about Jordan playing against Atlanta when he pump fakes him with one hand like he's going to shoot it, goes down the lane and dunks on Tree Rollins. Just incredible. Or Blake Griffin dunking on anyone. Or Giannis dunking on anyone. Or Embiid dunking on anyone. Or how about LeBron dunking on anyone? So, me, I just want the showmanship. Doesn't matter if it's one hand, 2 hands, 2 legs, 1 leg, 360, or straight body to body. Just give me something.
Yeah.
Give me something.
You've got Flash, is it out there with Powell, and it's Dudley in at the 1. That's Steve Kerr's 5 as we get into the second half. Here's Sloan, 17 points in the game. Powell with the steal. Pass to Dudley. Here's the Wizard. Back to Dudley. 6 to shoot. Fires the 3. Got a hand on it.
And with the success they've had rebounding the basketball, they're right where you'd expect them to be, firmly in the driver's seat.
Releases. And Philadelphia grabs the miss. At the conclusion of this game, they're off to Washington, where they'll face the Wizards. That'll be just one game played away from home for them. Powell, the pass to Dudley. 76ers moving the ball around. From deep three-point range, and it's blocked by Rodriguez.
This was not what they had in mind coming out of the locker room at halftime. 4 shots so far and nothing to show for it.
And just tacks a few more points onto their lead with the tomahawk.
That's bringing it down hard. The Wizard passes to Dudley. Here's Flash. Knocked loose. Misses, and the dry spell continues.
And the activity he shows around the rim is why he is such a respected defender.
Yeah, you can see why he's established that reputation. Strong understanding of how to defend at the rim.
Dudley against Hamilton. Here's Flash. The rebound by the Bucks. Rodriguez has got his 4th rebound with that last one here tonight. The Bucks need to get a shot off here. They get it back. Hamilton lays it up off the glass. And the Bucks lead by 17.
Straight up effort gets him those points. That's what it's all about on the offensive glass.
Dudley, the pass to Flash. Passes it to Powell. Lets it go with a 3. Buries the long-range jumper. Powell's got his 2nd basket of the night.
He's so aggressive at that end of the floor, and that's a quality all great scorers have.
Ural, he's guarded by Dudley. Oh, and that one, no question, powered it down.
Oh, that's a well-deserved assist. Not every player has the vision to make that feed.
And Philadelphia calls time here.
And the lack of rim protection, top of the list.
Without question. They're giving up too many high-percentage looks, a trend that they'd like to reverse.
So both teams making some changes here. Let's use this break for a quick look at the squads that really made it happen on the fast break last season. Bucks number 1.
Do they love to run? I mean, nobody did it better. They would get out in the lanes and push the ball even after makes.
Here is Cunningham, the pass to the Wizard. Right at the free throw line. The rebound by the Bucks. Hamilton's got 6 rebounds now in the game.
And physically, there's no doubt they've been the stronger team. A +10 rebound advantage tells you all you need to know.
Here's Rodriguez. No good that time. The 76ers trail by 16. We've got 1:23 left to play in the 3rd. For 3, it's good from long range. He's got 6.
Yeah, that's 2 straight 3-pointers they've allowed.
Pass to Tatum. The fader. That one a little long.
I like what he was trying to do. Shaking the D with the fadeaway. Tough look, though.
Pass to Magician. Passes it to Endor over Burke. And it's Endor missing.
That's one he knows he should have drained.
To the inside. Burke with it. Unloads. Gets a very good look and converts. Burke's got 6. The 76ers trail by 15. 4 seconds separating the shot and game clocks. Here's the Wizard. Clock at 4. Another 3 for Philadelphia.
Another in the long line of big men who can drain the 3. That makes him a very tough cover.
And the pass to Rodriguez. And that one released in time, but no good. Well, through 3 quarters of play, down double digits, it may be difficult to overcome. Bucks lead by 12. We're going to step aside for just a second, but join us right back here for the start of the 4th quarter. Next. And let's take this opportunity now to show you our State Farm assist of the game.
Just true artistry right there. I mean, great decision on where to go with the ball, and how about the perfect delivery?
How about the unselfishness? Night in and night out, we see guys trying to force their own agenda. Not that time.
And with the 4th quarter upon us, time is running out for this game to become competitive. The 76ers trail by 12, setting the floor for the Bucks. Robinson is out there with Tatum. Then there's Burke, and it's Hamilton in at the 5. Here's Endor, pass to Flash. Another 3 for Philadelphia.
Their 3rd three-pointer in a row.
Bucks leading by 9. Now Burke. And Hamilton now atop the key. Deep 2 from Robinson. No good. Shot missing. And it's Philadelphia the other way. Cunningham looking it over. Yep, it counts.
Look, when the D will give it to you, that's where you want your shots coming from. Arm's length from the bucket.
A little over a minute of the 4th quarter gone right now. Feeds it to Tatum. Here's Flash from the top of the key. The shot, no good.
I thought that one was going to go down. The mid-range jumpers, oh, man, that's usually a bunny with the D playing soft like that.
Oh, taking it to the rack with power.
Hammering down the 2-hand slam. We're just over a minute and a half now into the 4th. 5 on the clock. Releases. He hits the back iron and sinks the shot. Endor's got his first 2 points. Bucks leading by 7. Now a timeout called by Milwaukee.
Well, their goal was to limit their turnovers, and they've wasted way too many possessions with giveaways.
It's a chance now to catch up with the 4th member of our crew, Hall of Famer David Aldridge.
Well, during the break, I listened to what the head coach from Milwaukee was getting across to his team in the huddle. He likes where things are headed, but he cautioned them to play smart the rest of the way. He said carelessness with the ball, with assignments, with rotations, any of that can undo what we've worked to accomplish so far. Kevin, they are so close.
Thanks so much, David. The 76ers trail by 9. Dudley, the pass to the Wizard. He kicks to Powell. Takes a three. Another three for Philadelphia.
They're getting a lot of their points outside the paint. 3 of their last 5 baskets are from three-point range.
Sloan passes to Martin. One-on-one here. Pass to Burke. Here's Sloan. Shot clock at 5. Powell pulls it in.
And they get the rebound, but guys, that's been the issue throughout the game.
Flash misses.
Knowing the kind of competitor he is, I know he's upset with his performance and with the score.
Sloan dishes to Burke, and the whistle blows on the backcourt violation. He went over and back.
Yeah, but in the first half, he was just purely flawless as a ball securer. But that certainly hasn't been the case here in the second half.
Here's the Wizard. And he goes up strong with one hand and flushes it down.
Well, they're getting stops, and they're attacking on the offensive end.
Yeah, now that's how you mount a comeback. They're not all the way back, but they're getting close.
Here's Martin. Count it from 12. And the Bucks lead by 6. Fourth quarter of play, and over 3.5 minutes have gone by. Dudley, the bounce pass. Here's the Wizard. Great D that time from Martin.
And he did everything he could to make that shot as difficult as possible.
Excellent D, avoiding fouling and got in the perfect position to alter the shot.
That was something you never like to see, but guys, he definitely looks hurt.
Yeah, it looks like he's in real pain. Definitely a concern right now.
Oh, that's a tough blow for him. Really the whole team, though. I mean, puts a lot of pressure on the next man up.
A different look for Milwaukee. Tatum comes in for Hamilton, and Rodriguez is subbed in for Robinson. Here's the Wizard.
2 minutes left in the fourth quarter.
From the wing, and good, and it takes a nice bounce off the right iron and down. And Milwaukee has possession. Ural, he's guarded by Dudley. Oh, Tatum in position.
Oh, you have to appreciate the ball movement and the commitment to getting a high percentage look.
1:43 left in the fourth quarter. Here's the Wizard. Great D that time from Martin.
It's not easy to keep him from converting those. I mean, the D has to be airtight.
Sloan finds Martin. Here's Sloan. He's guarded by Dudley. 6 on the shot clock. Passes it to Martin. And no good. Now the 76ers take it the other way. Throws it up high. The offensive rebound. Great D that time from Martin. Milwaukee has gotten off 12 shots from beyond the arc tonight, hitting 7 of them. There's 45 seconds left in the fourth quarter. Ural, count it from 12. And now an 11-point Milwaukee lead.
They just blocked out the noise, kept on grinding, and this is their reward.
Showing remarkable poise and focus throughout the game. A sustained effort across the board.
The Wizard. The shot. No good. Good work defensively by Martin. And there's the pass to Sloan.
How about that team-first mentality that Sloan brings to the game, that does a little bit of everything on offense and plays with a ton of passion defensively.
That free throw good from Sloan. Sloan hits them both. There's 14 seconds left to play here in the fourth. Andor, the pass to Big Dog. Floats one. Andor with the bucket.
Oh, even from that range, the floater is one of the toughest shots in the game.
And so it's the Bucks taking care of business in this one. This was a very strong showing for him, Greg. Not necessarily a runaway win, but one they'll feel very good about.
And let's face it, anytime you can go on the road and win in the fashion they did, you have to feel good about it. Really an outstanding effort all the way around.
And that about wraps it up. For Chris Webber, Greg Anthony, and David Olden, this is Kevin Harlan. Thank you for being with us. We'll see you next time.